During counting of votes of assembly elections in Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir, when it became clear that the Congress has fallen behind and BJP was surging ahead, the Congress came out with scathing criticisms against Election Commission of India, the whole electoral process and electronic voting machine. One could understand the frustration of Congress, which has been out of power in Haryana for a decade. The party actually badly needed to return to power in Haryana. But the arguments raised by Congress leader Jairam Ramesh, who led the war of perception, sounded unconvincing. Moreover, Congress, it exposed the rift in the Congress also. For example, Congress leaders from Haryana didn't support the argument or response of Jairam Ramesh. One couldn't hear Congress leader Ms. Shalja airing such views. So, actually, the perception war which wanted to create a smoke screen failed miserably and ended up exposing the rifts in Congress and opposition alliance. Let's go to the heart of the whole issue. Welcome to Insights. This is Hari Kumar. Let's start with the episode on the counting day. Initially, the Congress was leading both in Haryana as well as Jammu and Kashmir. But after a couple of hours, things started to change. The BJP started surging ahead in Haryana against all expectations. The fact was, all the pre-poll surveys, exit poll surveys, everything predicted a Congress win in Haryana. The Congress was expecting a facile victory in Haryana, and they had even made preparations for celebrations. They had ordered sweets to be distributed. The party was in a jubilant mood. All on a sudden, things went awry. One can understand that nobody can stand such a reverse. But as a political party, the party should have responded in a different way. If the party is not an individual. To go overboard when you win and to become reclusive when you lose. So here the Congress behaved like an individual, not as a political party, which should take win and loss in its stride. That didn't happen. Now, what made things nasty for the Congress was the arguments and words used by their leader Jairam Ramesh, which were not convincing. Not just that, they sounded preposterous. For example, when Jairam Ramesh initially said the results were surprising and counterintuitive, that one can understand. Okay, that's true. The results were surprising and counterintuitive. But when he said it was unacceptable, nobody can accept that. Every political party takes part in elections accepting the people's mandate. When you say the people's mandate is unacceptable, actually you are criticizing the democracy, the whole process. So that is counterproductive. That was what happened after the press conference of Jairam Ramesh. Initially, Mr. Jairam Ramesh began criticizing the slow updation of sites of Election Commission. That was okay. He could criticize the slow updation. But when he started doubting the whole electoral process, nobody could accept it. Because if they had doubt about the whole process, they had doubt about integrity of Election Commission, they should have said that in the beginning. They should have gone to court in the beginning. But the Congress didn't do that, and only when they found that they have fallen behind, they started criticizing. Such arguments won't have many buyers, many takers nowadays. This, so prima facie, he lost his case. Then what happened is that Election Commission came out with a fitting reply, a rebuttal. The Election Commission termed the accusations irresponsible, unfounded, uncorroborated, and malafide narrative. How could Congress defend itself? Do they have any evidence to prove that election process was manipulated? Do they have any evidence to prove that the electronic voting machines were tampered with? It's doubtful. Without that, nobody is going to buy this argument. Now, I said about war of perceptions. The intention of Congress was very clear. They actually wanted to deflect the attention of media. They knew that in the evening discussions in television channels, the Congress will be flayed, their policies will be exposed, their wrong policies will be criticized. They were also afraid that the rift in Haryana unit of the Congress, where two leaders, Bhupinder Singh Hooda and Ms. Shelja, were at loggerheads. So they wanted to deflect, for the time being, they wanted to deflect the attention of media. And some of the media people have taken up the arguments of Congress also. But majority of media dismissed it. Because had the Congress raised such arguments before the polls, everybody would have focused on that. But just when you found that you were you have fallen behind, and you started criticizing, people won't accept it. That was the mistake made by Congress, number one. The second aspect was Congress actually was not supported by their own allies. Today you look the newspapers, the Shiv Sena of Uddhav Thackeray has come out with criticisms against the big brother attitude of Congress. Again, NCP led by Sharad Pawar has come out with criticisms. Mamata Banerjee's Trinamool Congress is an eternal critic of Congress. So nobody is supporting Congress. Even the DMK is not heard supporting the arguments of the Congress. I think all the allies of the Congress are enjoying this. They know that the Maharashtra elections are coming, Jharkhand elections are coming. So allies will use the loss of Congress in Haryana to bargain with the Congress. For them, this has provided an advantage. This perhaps that was why nobody seconded the arguments of Congress. So actually this exposed the lack of cohesion in opposition alliance. And coming to Haryana, it was a non-fact that there is a rift in Haryana Congress. Ms. Shalja and Bhupinder Singh Hooda were not in very good terms. Both represent two forces, two groups in Haryana Congress. Each wanted to cut the influence, cut the other to size. Now all those facts are coming out. For the time being, actually Congress wanted to convince their own cadres. They wanted to boost the morale of their own cadres. But unfortunately, the type of arguments raised by Jairam Ramesh were not convincing or enough to make their own cadres believe that the defeat in Haryana was not the result of any mistake from the party. It was just because of manipulations in election process. The Congress needs to remember that the same argument, they have been raising the same argument time and again when they lose polls. Many people had gone to court also. Courts have dismissed such a possibility. They need to find a new pretext to convince people or to deflect attention. Actually, the Congress could have raised the lackluster performance of the BJP in Jammu. Jammu is actually a Hindu majority region, and BJP was expected to perform much better in Jammu. Out of the 42 seats in Jammu, the BJP could win only 28. So the Congress could have cited such arguments. The Congress could also could have cited the argument that their vote percentage in Haryana has gone up. Actually, the vote percentages of Congress, both Congress and the BJP in Haryana, have gone up. The Congress should have worded or drafted their arguments in a convincing way, but they have totally failed. It proves that just after the Lok Sabha elections, Rahul Gandhi has been surrounded by sycophants, and suddenly the Congress seems to be in a fool's paradise, thinking that they are on the way back to power. The Congress needs to remember that there is a long way to go to Delhi. It's not as easy as Congress dreams. Many hurdles, they have to overcome many hurdles. As a political party, the Congress is still has not grown enough numbers. Only if they are able to win around 200 seats, then they could think of immediately returning to power in Delhi. The Congress actually is at the mercy of their own allies at present. And the Haryana loss of Congress has made the party vulnerable, and they are in a weak position in Maharashtra and Jharkhand elections, which are going to take place soon. So hope the Congress will correct their wrong policies and do a reality check. That's for now. Meet you with another topic next time. Till then, goodbye.